welcome to Kush News, the newscast of the African diaspora. I'm your anchor, Ochanda, daily bringing you the top stories from Africa and the Caribbean. Let's take a look at today's news on Monday, January 8th, 2024. Let's go to Somaliland, where an official resigns. The Minister of Defense for Somaliland, Abdi Kwani, has announced that he has resigned from opposing the agreement between Somaliland and Ethiopia. The minister, who gave a private interview, said that they met the president today, and he told him that he did not believe that it is appropriate for Ethiopian troops to come to Somaliland. He said that the land where the Ethiopian base is to be built belongs to his community as an area, and he is thinking about the peace of Ethiopia in Somaliland, and the president rejected that. The minister also doubted the rent of the sea, saying that Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed wants to take a sea but does not want to rent a sea. The agreement has sparked protests in Somaliland, some supporting it and some opposing it, with some people supporting it and some people expressing doubts. On the other hand, the Somali government strongly rejected the agreement between the two parties, calling it a violation of Somalia's sovereignty. Those in Somaliland, let us know where you stand. Do you also stand with the former Minister of Defense, or are you with the program on where Somaliland's government is in agreement with Ethiopia? Let's go to Eritrea, where the president of Somalia visits the head of the country. The president of the Federal Republic of Somalia, Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, arrived in Asmara in the early afternoon hours today for a two-day working visit. Upon arrival at the Asmara International Airport, President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud and his delegation were warmly welcomed by President Afwerki. President Afwerki and President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud will discuss enhancement of bilateral ties as well as regional and international matters of mutual interest of the two countries. This meeting comes as tensions have escalated between Somalia and Ethiopia, triggered by a memorandum of understanding signed by Ethiopia and Hargeisa last week. In recent days, heightened sentiments of threats emerged, including Somalia's military officials advocating for the mobilization of insurgents in Ethiopia and Somaliland. Those in Eritrea, let us know how you feel. Let us know if you've gotten a chance to witness on TV or the radio the welcoming of Somalia's president. Let's go to Egypt, where the president of Palestine makes his first visit of the year. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas arrived in Cairo on Sunday to discuss with President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi ways to stop Israel's war on Gaza. The Palestinian embassy stated that both leaders will discuss the Egyptian, Arab, regional, and international efforts to deal with the humanitarian disaster currently taking place in the Gaza Strip. They will discuss stopping the forced displacement of Palestinians from Gaza and attacks in the occupied West Bank and Jerusalem. The visit also aims to search for ways that will lead to the establishment of an independent and sovereign Palestinian state. The embassy affirmed that the Palestine Liberation Organization, known as the PLO, is the only legitimate representation of the Palestinian people inside and outside of Palestine. Those in Egypt, let us know how you feel. Let us know on where do you think the situation going on in Gaza is going. Let's go to the Caribbean and end it there. We go to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where they look to buy a private island. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is seeking to purchase and acquire Balasu, a small privately owned island in the Grenadines. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves recently announced that he requested the chief surveyor to have a valuation done for Balasu with a view to the government setting up to purchase if there can be an agreement or not. Dr. Ralph Gonsalves notes that Balasu has been in discussion for a long time. The Prime Minister also added that he was told that the current owners have been owning that property since 1920. He said that if nothing has happened to Balasu in over 100 years and the island is of special significance to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Dr. Ralph Gonsalves also noted that the owners have not been able to develop the island or get anybody to buy or develop it. He says that if there was to be development on the private island, that is beneficial to everybody. He must have a substantial national memorial. The Prime Minister says that he would like this matter dealt with before March 14th. March 14th is the anniversary of the death of Paramount Chief Joseph Chateau, the country's national hero. The date of March 14th is celebrated every year as National Heroes Day in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Those in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, let us know on how you feel about the government looking to acquire the private island. Also, let us know if you actually have ever been to the private island yourself. When we come back, we'll have today's African proverb of the day. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Let's take a look at today's African proverb of the day, and it comes to us from Congo. What's going on? Congratulations again from Kush News on to head of state Felix Tshisekedi. You ran a great campaign, it looks like, and also you deserve it. Well job on the win. And it reads, no matter how full the river, it still wants to grow. Once again, no matter how full the river, it still wants to grow. Congolese proverb. You can take this many different ways. I'm going to take it in a more positive way on the development of a child. You know, they always say that, especially boy teenagers, we eat the most. We come home and raid the pot or the fridge, and we still want to grow. We're still going to grow. So it says a lot about development and how how difficult it can be to be a parent. In this case, since we're talking about a river, that community, that nation around it, would need to manage that correctly to be able to not be overwhelmed with that river, just like a parent is doing everything that they can to manage this teenage boy to not be overwhelmed by him. Let me know your interpretation of today's African proverb of the day, as well as your thoughts, views, questions, comments, and concerns on the top stories. Don't forget to hit that like button. Make it your best friend. For Kush News on Kush Convos TV, I'm Ochanda. We'll see you soon.